What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's What's Going On Isolation session for January 22nd, 2025. Hope you guys had a great trading day today. As you guys saw this morning, personally didn't take any trades. Wasn't looking at GJ, but didn't get any confirmations on GJ to take an entry, so we didn't take one. Again, as we do every single session, the pairs we're going to go over, the pairs you see on the right hand side with the red flag next to their name, starting off with AU, finishing off with US oil. We will be going in order, we'll be going one by one. But again, if you guys have any questions about any pair, whether or not they're on our list, let me know. If they're not on our list, that's okay, we'll add it, we'll go through it, we'll talk about it. And again, if the pair that you want me to go over is on our list, we'll go in order from the top to the bottom. If you guys have any questions, anything at all that doesn't make sense, anything you guys want me to go over again, anything you guys want me to explain, just let me know. For those who are watching the recording as well, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. Make sure you write down the timestamp as to where your question stems from. For example, if you're like, hey, for AUDUSD on the 3-minute and 15-second mark when you talked about etc, can you explain this further, right? Just message me, let me know where the timestamp is, what the question is, and we'll do a little one-on-one session. We'll get in a private call and we will go over it. What's good, Albert? What's the stream, my brother? I thought I was late, just got home. You're right on time, my brother, right on time. Any questions, guys, before we get started? Let me know. Any pairs you guys want me to go over before we get started? Let me know. If not, again, this session, I'm gonna go through it pretty quickly. I'm not gonna spend an hour and a half doing this session tonight. We're pretty much already towards the end of the week. A lot of these pairs, we're just gonna have to be patient. A lot of these pairs seem like they're gonna be setting up for us for next week. We have news going into tomorrow. We have news Friday. So I'm really not expecting too much out of these pairs during the NYC session, but we just gotta be patient and wait it out. My bad. Was getting a piece of paper real quick. Yeah, what's goody, what's goody? Let's get it. What's good, Mike? Mr. Mike. But yeah, guys, any questions, let me know. Again, gonna go through this pretty quickly. Like I was saying, right, we have news going into tomorrow. Let's actually, before we start, let's look at that. I think tomorrow's when Mr. President speaks, right, at 8:30 in the morning or at 11. Let me see. At 11. Yeah. So again, tomorrow we have news. 8 in the morning. We have news at 11. Pretty much throughout Asia and London session going into Friday, we have news all day as well. Have news at 9:45 as well. So again, not really expecting too much out of the markets when we're coming into the NYC session. We might have a lot of volume during Asia and London, the same way we did Monday and Tuesday. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Feeling better? Good. No questions for right now. We'll get started. Once again, I'm not gonna do a hour and a half session like I have been this last couple nights. We're gonna go through this pretty quick. Once again, a lot of these pairs we're pretty much just waiting for breakup structures to happen to then start looking for entries. So gonna be patient. Alright, let's get started. So AU, we know we are in A2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the bottom. We know that we're at the bottom of our zone of consolidation at a lower low. Right, price did not give us a clean break. It gave us a testing candle, then price started to push back up to the top side. Right, gave us a little bullish engulfing candle. Price came down, retested it. Price came back up. Right, it was a beautiful retest. Price came back up and closed above. So we already know that for AU, we still have this gap at the top as well. We have 3 months to drop. This month, I'm not expecting price to continue to push to the bottom. So we already have an understanding that AU, we're not really looking for price to continue the push to the bottom side. right? We know that in the full hour we're still trading lower low and lower high. 30-minute time frame, we had a day of no net yesterday, and today price gave us another day of no net where price is just moving sideways. We're also just going to update our STP as well, so we don't have to do this tomorrow morning. Just makes it a little bit easier. So 60 pips is ADR, STP is 40. Perfect. Right, so we already get this updated for tomorrow, and we'll keep an eye on AU. EA, super simple, right? We've been in the same zone of consolidation for 2 weeks now, right? What am I looking for? Number one, we have a little change of character, right? Second thing I want to look for is the break of structure after the change of character. Not only that, but the break of structure will also be part of the zone of consolidation on market structure, right? So I'm looking for a break of structure above the zone of consolidation. I'm looking for the break of structure above market structure. Right after the change of character, I'm looking for the BOS. And we're also looking for continuations. We had a day of no net yesterday. Today, price gave us a little day of drop, right? But again, I'm not really interested in trading EA. Once we get the BOS, then I'll start trading it. Right, so EA 98 pips is ADR. STP is 65. Perfect. EA, we know that in the daily time frame we are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. Right, market structure looks good on the daily time frame, looks beautiful in the 4-hour time frame as well, but we're just still stuck in this little zone of consolidation. So just got to be patient, got to wait it out just a little bit. Once price moves, then we'll start looking for the entries, but as of right now, just gonna wait it out. Right, I have no trades on EA. Again, the only possible trade I'm looking for is once price breaks, gives us the retest and continues to push back to the top side. Cool. EU, my bad, I'm just reading a text message real quick. EU pretty similar, right? We're not in a zone of consolidation, but we had a change of character, right? What are we looking for after the change of character? Looking for the break of structure. Start from the top to the bottom. Daily time frame, we know that EU, we're still in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, right? And we're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. Very similar to AU, we have 3 months of drop. This month, I'm not expecting price to continue to push down to the bottom. We're expecting price to just move sideways or give us that month of rise back to the top side. Right now, price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. Right? On top of the fact that we're still making lower lows and lower highs, again on the 30-minute time frame, right? We were making lower lows, lower highs, finally got a little change of character. Again, after the change of character, what I want to see the break of structure. After the break, that's when I want to start looking for an entry. What I do like is the fact that price gave us 3 days of rise. On the third day, which was today, price ended up giving us this day of drop. Could price give us this 4th day push to the top side? It could. But the fact that price gave us such a steep pullback towards the end of the session, not really expecting price to continue to push to the top side. However, again, what I'm looking for is that break of structure. So if we don't get an entry today, but we got the break of structure, then we know that for the end of the week, we could possibly get another entry. Or even going into next week, we could start looking for an entry as well. Thinking about next week already as well, the fact that we have a week of rise last week, this week we could see that price is most likely going to finish on a second week of rise. If we could get a pullback, Thursday going into Friday, somewhere around this area, then we know that the start of next week we'll be looking for price to give us another push back to the top side. Right, so EU is setting up nicely, but we have to wait it out. Right, we're still making lower lows and lower highs in the higher time frames. Lower time frames looking good. Right, we got the change. Now we'll be looking for the break of structure to continue to push back to the top side. So EU, gonna keep a very close eye on it. It's looking good. The CHF pairs have enough volatility. Most CHF pairs look similar. What are your thoughts on those? It depends. Like, right, CHF JPY has 127 pips as ADR, right? But with CHF JPY, I had this on my list once upon a time, but the fact that we're in peak high territory, right, in the market makers pattern, we're just in the highest point. I don't really like trading pairs that are in peak high territory, right? Very similar to the golds, very similar to US30. You know, very similar to GBPJPY. It's we're just in peak high territory. As you can see, I haven't updated this chart since July of last year. So you know, some CHF pairs have good volume and have good good amount of pips to trade. I don't think I have another CHF pair. I think that was the only one. Or NZD CHF also. Right, NZD CHF only has 36 pips. So, you know, I wouldn't personally be trading something like NZD CHF, but also market maker's pattern on NZD CHF isn't really that clear. Right now price is just pushing down again. I haven't updated this chart in a long time, right? 2022 pretty much. But yeah, that's a good question. What pair were we on? I already forgot. I think we were on EA. We did EA, we did EU. Perfect. So let's go to ECAD. ECAD, we are in V1 still. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. This is still a pair, again, that we don't have a clean break above our zone of consolidation, right? We also still have this gap at the bottom of the market. So two things are going to happen. We're either going to get price to give us a break of structure first and then give us a pullback back down to fill this gap to then continue to push to the top side, or we'll have price give us a downtrend push first to fill the gap, and then once we fill the gap, that's when price will continue to push to the top side. Right now we just got to be patient and wait it out and see what exactly it is that price wants to do. Right, in the 4-hour time frame, we're still trading between the previous high and low, which was a little change of character, lower low, trading between this 4-hour low and this 4-hour high. We have a week of rise. This week looks like price wants to give us a second week push to the top side. So again, just got to be patient. A lot of these pairs are setting up for next week. A lot of these pairs are setting up for possibly, you know, Thursday, Friday trade. This pair is very similar to the other ones, right? Price was still giving us lower lows and lower highs, and then finally gave us a little change of character. So once again, what am I looking for? Break of structure. Once we get the break of structure, that's when I'll start trading again. Right, this 30-minute zone is pretty big. Like I was saying yesterday, I don't really want to add this wick as a 30-minute high, but we'll keep it. But again, just looking at market structure, we can see that this is where price has been rejecting highs. So I'll be keeping a very close eye on this area to see price give us a break and a retest, right? But I'm gonna keep the 30-minute high on that box just to have a little bit more leeway and have a little bit more data on where price wants to go and how price is gonna react once we get to those highs. Again, regardless, still gonna wait it out, but it's looking good. Let me know if you guys have any other questions, anything that's not making sense, anything you guys want me to explain. Again, if not, we're just not gonna speed run through this, but we're speed running through it. I don't wanna be here for an hour and a half like I have been the last couple of days. GA, we are in V2, right? We had the break of structure above our zone of consolidation, got a higher high, looking for the higher low to be set, right? We're looking for the retest to then continue that push to give us that third level push to the top side. We have a month of rise, so no continuations, still waiting it out, right? Price still giving us lower lows and lower highs. We had 3 weeks of drop this week, not expecting price to continue to push to the bottom. Again, we're expecting price to either go up or we're expecting price to move sideways. And that's exactly what price has been doing this entire week, right? Just moving sideways. So right now, just got to be a little patient. Wait for price to give us a change. Wait for price to give us the BOS, and then continue to take a trade. And again, you can see that price has just been moving sideways. We had a little change of character with the wick, which was done yesterday. Price today ended up giving us a day of drop. And once again, what I'm looking for is a break of structure. I'm not going to be taking a trade before the BOS. Once we get the BOS, that's when I'll start taking a trade. 124 is ADR. STP is 83. Perfect. Alright, so GA, again, this is going to be one where I'm just taking a step back, right? Waiting it out, waiting for that BOS. Once we get the BOS, perfect. That's when I'll start taking a trade. Same thing with GCAD. Again, a lot of these pairs are just rinse and repeat. I've been telling you guys this since Sunday. You know, sometimes these sessions are just super repetitive. That's why I don't want to... I'm just repeating myself. Literally, if you watch yesterday's session, it's the same thing I'm saying today. It's the same damn thing. So I'm not going to take an hour and a half to do this today. I'm really not. If there was something that happened on the charts and, you know, we could say something different, then perfect. But This entire week, pretty much from last week too, it's been the exact same thing over and over and over again. Sometimes it gets a little repetitive, man. It gets a little repetitive. So GCAD, we're in level 2, right? We're looking for a pullback to then continue to push to the top side. We have no continuations in the daily time frame. We're still trading between the higher high and the higher low, right? 4-hour time frame, same thing, right? At one point, higher high, low, higher high. Price then went down and gave us a little change of character, lower low here, right? We had 2 weeks of drop. Last week, price gave us a new low but finished on a no net, which is all good. Then this week, price started to push to the top side, right? And then once again, we have the change of character, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, change of character. We're waiting for that BOS. Not only will we have a BOS of market structure, but we'll also have a break above the 800 EMA. That would be the easiest and the most simplest trade we will ever take. If price gives us this break of structure and it breaks above the 800 EMA, this will be the easiest trade we would ever take, right? But we have to wait for that. So again, we just gotta be patient, just waiting, doing the same thing that we've been doing all week. GJ, the G's of the J. Daily time frame. We know that we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Price came down, gave us a higher low, right? Internal time frame, price started giving us higher highs and higher lows too, but we know that we're stuck in this little zone of consolidation. Price is just moving sideways, right? Where price has been rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, and starting to push top to the top side, right? This is a pair where again we have 3 weeks of drop. So this week I'm not expecting price to continue to push to the bottom. I'm expecting price to either move sideways or go to the top side. And price decided to go back to the top side, which is perfect, right? And on the 30-minute time frame, we had 3 days of rise. We had a gap somewhere. Let's see. First day is good. Second day, we have a small gap on the second day, resets the trend, right? Third day opens, looking good. This day, looking good, right? We don't have any gaps anymore. So we have another day of rise, another day where price pushed up, and price did give us a little change of character, higher high as well. With these little wicks, a change of character gave us this low, and we're trading between that low and this high over here. So GJ, gonna be patient. Once again, for us to continue to push to the top side, we want to see the break of structure, right? We want to see that break, retest to continue, or this is where we'll start seeing price turn around, right, and start that push back down to the bottom. We keep it simple, right? If price breaks these lows, we'll know we'll continue. Once price breaks these lows, we know we'll continue, right? Once price breaks these lows, we know we can continue back down to the bottom, right? So gotta be patient. We also have the 800 EMA. We know that price tends to respect the 800 EMA, but very similar to GCAD, right? If price, vice versa, starts giving us the break, not only will we have a break of the 800 EMA, but we'll also have that BOS on market structure where we know we could take a trade somewhere in this area to then continue that push to the top side. All right, so again, just gotta be patient. Daily time frame. Let's go to the next one. GU, we are in level 2, right? We were in the first zone of consolidation. Price gave us the break of structure above the zone, gave us the pullback, right? In this pullback, right, we also know that we have 3 months of drop. This month, I'm not expecting price to continue to push down to the bottom, but we can see that price is still making lower lows and lower highs, right? In the 4-hour time frame, same thing. 3 weeks of drop. After 3 weeks of drop, which is this week, I'm expecting price to go up or move sideways. Price pushing up. Perfect, right? But again, we know that in the 4-hour highs and 4-hour lows, we're still making lower lows and lower highs. Now in the 30-minute time frame, once again, very similar to every other pair we've been going over, right? Lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs, and lower lows, up until we had a change of character, higher high. Boom, change of character, higher high, higher low. Break of structure, finally got the break of structure. Break of structure happened here, higher high. Right, so we know that we're trading between this 30-minute low and this 30-minute high over here at the top. Gonna use this entire zone. I don't want to just use that small 30-minute zone. Right, we can see that it's a strong zone. Price came back up, retested it, then started the downtrend push. We had 2 days of rise, today being the third day. Price gave us a new high and finished on a drop. Could price give us a fourth day variation to continue the push up to the top side? Absolutely. This looks very good. 15-minute time frame, we're on the 200 EMA as well. This is good. Let's see if we have any engulfing candles here in the 4 hour. Nothing in the 4, nothing in the 1, nothing in the 30. Right, so this is going to be lower time frame. It's going to be the easiest way to trade GU. Let's take a look. Lower low. Right, 1 minute we have a little change of character here. Boom, change of character. Right, we could also see how the EMAs are playing out on this too. We could see the 50 cross above the 200, give a little retest on the 200 EMA in the 1 minute, that'd be perfect. And the fact that on the 15 minute we're also on the 200 EMA is exactly what we're looking for. Right, bounce off the 200 EMA. And we could see market structure here on the 15. Perfect, right? So GU looks good. GU is definitely going to be one that I'm going to keep an eye on for tomorrow. GU right now is the best looking pair that we have. Let me also add this here, 30-minute high. Right, all of these candles testing. Then we actually had the break of structure happen over here. So G is looking good. Can we go over how to identify consolidation zones on a non-beginner trading pairs, gold, US, oil, before you sign out? Yeah, of course. On non-beginner trading pairs, yeah. I mean, we go over that, but yeah, I got you. No worries. US30, right? US30. How do you? We'll start from the top to the bottom, right? It's all the same way, right? It's all the same way. When you're in an uptrend, when you're starting the uptrend, you know that you'll have 2 zones of consolidation, right? And then you know that if you're in downtrend, you have same thing, 3 pushes, 2 zones of consolidation. Damn, bro, I hate how much shit I have on my charts, man. I keep saying I want to update my charts so I could put them all in a folder. But it's gotten out of hand. I have a lot of things on my charts now. It just got really out of hand. Let's start with this. US30 is not a good pair to go over that because US30 has just been climbing. Last time we had something that made sense on US30 was from 2020 all the way till 2022. Everything after 2022 has just been uptrending, just following market structure on the uptrends. So we'll say this, when it comes to US30, I'm not gonna do that on US30 for right now because again, we're just pushing, right? At one point, right, let's say even prior to COVID, right, everything made sense. We had 3 pushes, COVID came, we had 3 pushes, 2 zones of consolidation. After COVID, same thing, right? 3 pushes, 2 zones of consolidation, and then we had the double top at the end of 2021 going into 2022, right? Where at one point we thought that this was going to be the downtrend, right? We thought that this was going to be level 1. We thought that this was going to be the first zone of consolidation, right? To then continue the push to the top side. Your charts look crazy, bro. I know. I'm telling you, like the last like 2 months, I've been literally saying it every single session. I'm like, yo, especially US30, I have to clean my charts again. I still have the folders, but it's just gotten so out of hand. It's to the point where it's like, yo, for me to, and this is again, these are drawings and stuff from even the one-on-one sessions. So I have a whole bunch of shit drawn out, a whole bunch of stuff written out, like explanations, as you can see. Like all of this is from the last year because we've been doing these sessions here for a year now. It's literally a year worth of drawings, and it just, everything got out of hand. I don't know how. Like I'm pretty sure, like for example, there's still some things that are in their folders because I copy and paste it, but there's other things that aren't. But like for example, right? I do that and it's okay, it's clear, but that's all the daily time frame, right? But you can see how much shit is just not in folders. It's so much, man. It's so much. It's not even funny. Like the 30-minute, for example. Like how there's still stuff that aren't even in their folders. It's crazy. I gotta I'll take the time this weekend and I'll clean up my charts, man. But yeah, anyway, to go back to what I was saying, right? At one point, we thought that this is where price was gonna continue to push to the bottom, give us a first push, the first zone of consolidation, and then looking for the second push. But then from 2023 till now, price obviously decided to just continue the push up to the top side. So when it comes to US30, this doesn't really have a clean, crystal clear market makers pattern like we've have been having in the last couple years, right? So with that being said, US30 is not a really good example of what you want me to go over, but you know, gold is looking similar right now. US oil is really the best looking pair when it comes to market makers pattern, but we'll go over US oil and I'll give you the explanation on oil. But right now, again, US30 still making higher highs and higher lows, right? Daily highs and daily lows, we're still trading higher high and higher low, right? Is that crazy? Amen. Don't judge me, please. 4 hour time frame, right? At one point we had higher high, higher low, higher high. Price came down, gave us a change of character, lower low, right? Lower high, lower low. Gave us a little zone of consolidation where price was rejecting lows and rejecting highs, and then price ended up giving us a change of character, higher high, right? We have a week of rise, which was last week. This week we could obviously see that price is continuing that push to the top side. So right now we just gotta be patient, right? If it gives us the second week of rise, we know next week we'll be looking for price to continue the push to the top side, right? And on the 30-minute, we had 3 days of rise. We had a gap on the second day, reset the trend, gave us the third day. Market opened last night during Asia session, gave us a gap in the market, reset the trend again, gave us another push to the top side. So right now US30 is just doing whatever it wants to do, right? Still following structure, still giving us higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs. So there's really nothing we could do. Just be a little patient, wait for price to really give us an entry, and that's pretty much it. A lot of these pairs too have been moving super fucking early, right? US30 is usually not a pair that moves during Asia and London session, but obviously with the news and everything else coming out, as soon as Asia session starts, it starts moving, right? And then STP or ADR is already hit by the time we wake up, right? By the time we woke up already, price was just sitting at the higher high and we never had any volume today, right? Yesterday, same thing. As soon as the Asia session market, price fucking just went to shit. It hit ADR, right? And then NYC came and it went right back to the top side. So that's been the common theme here for the last couple days, the last couple weeks on US30, where we haven't really had clean opportunities to take trades. But we'll just be patient. Again, we'll be patient. There's nothing else we could do. It's part of the game sometimes. USDCAD daily time frame. Again, guys, any questions, let me know. Anything you guys want me to explain. And then Albert, I got you. The best pair to really do what you're wanting me to do is US oil. So we'll do it on US oil. USDCAD, we're in level 3, right? We had first push, first zone of consolidation V1, second push, second zone of consolidation, which is V2, and then we have push number 3, right? We're still missing a few more pips to reach the peak high, the previous peak high, right? The previous high from the previous market makers pattern. And we have 3 months of rise. So again, after 3 months of rise, what are we expecting? Price either move sideways or give us a month of drop. And we can see that this month, price has just been moving sideways, right? Rejecting lows and rejecting highs the entire time, which we can see in the 4 hour time frame. Alright, in the 4 hour time frame, we've been in this little zone of consolidation since middle of December, where price has been rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, throwing crazy wicks to the highs, crazy candles from the top to the bottom, right? For the last couple days, price has just been trapping traders, making everybody believe this is where price is going to continue to go down, then made everybody believe this is where price is going to continue to go up, made everybody believe this is where price is going to go down again, right? Just trapping traders. And again, I don't trade like that. Once we get a break of structure of the zone of consolidation, then I'll start taking a trade. Once we get a change of character and break of structure, that's when I'll consider to take a trade. But right now, just gonna take it easy. There's nothing else we could do about this. Just be patient. 2 days of rise. Am I gonna be trading this? No, not gonna be trading this unless there's something crystal clear. But there's no way I'll be trading this going into tomorrow for a 3rd day push, right? But we'll keep an eye on it. USDs are in the daily time frame. We are in V2. We know that we're stuck in the zone of consolidation. Still don't have a break of structure above. We have 3 months of rise. Again, 3 months of rise next month, which is this month. I'm expecting price to go down or move sideways. And right now we are below. Right? We also know that we have a gap at the bottom of the market. So before we even continue that 3rd push to the top side, I am expecting price to come down and fill this gap. Very similar to GCAD, or what is it, ECAD. There's one of those pairs, whatever pair it was, that looks very similar. Gonna be looking for price to fill this gap. Once we fill this gap, that's when I'll start looking to take a trade on USDZAR again. For the 4-hour, we're still trading higher high and higher low. We only have a week of drop, so no continuations. Right now, price is still moving downtrend, right? Still pushing down, still giving us lower lows and lower highs. So this is a pair that I'm not going to be trading, right? And this is, again, we have 2 days where price has just been moving sideways. Lower low, lower high, right? And I'm not going to mark this as lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. All of this is part of the same kind of move. Price isn't really making up its mind on what it wants to do, so we're just going to mark all of this as the low. Right, so USDZAR, we'll skip it, go to the next one. What is this? Gold, right? And Albert, look what I was saying, right? Gold is very similar, right? Gold at one point, as you can see, I don't even have gold really marked up like that. But it's also because I restarted. Something happened with my gold chart recently, where like a lot of my markings, this looks so crazy. A lot of my markings, as you can see, like I don't have anything before this. A lot of it just got deleted, and I just never updated it again. But we could pretty much just start from here, right? We can see that price has just been pushing fucking up, 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 and up, and up, and up, and up. There really hasn't been any pullbacks. Very similar to US30. So let's just talk about what's going on right now, right? Daily time frame, we know we're still making higher highs and higher lows. We're still uptrending, right? The 4-hour, no sound. Let me know, Elijah. Am I good? Test, test, what's test, test. No, Elijah. Am I good? Test, test. Nope, it works on my side. Let me working on my end. Check your audio settings. Let me see. Before we go over this, let me know if you guys are. Sweet potato fries didn't stand a chance. Was good, Kendo? Yeah, you're good? Alright, perfect. Yeah. Kendo, you stupid, bro. Elijah, let me know if you can hear me. And then we'll keep it going. We'll give you a minute to. I'll give you 30 seconds. 35:30 on the timestamp. We'll go over this again, right? But Albert, look, you can see here on the 4-hour time frame, right? On the 4-hour time frame, it looked very similar to what we were talking about on US30, right? Where daily time frame we're still making higher highs and higher lows. So we know that overall we're still in an uptrend, right? In the 4-hour, we kind of started the downtrend push, gave us a little change of character, gave us a little zone of consolidation. But again, overall price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows. Right, and we can see now that price turned around, gave us a little change of character, higher high, higher low, gave us the break of structure, higher high, gave us 3 weeks of rise. Again, this is a pair that had a gap on the 3rd week, reset the trend, and we just continued the push, right? We were making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, back to where we're at now in the higher high, right? So right now it's really a lot of these pairs I'm just following market structure, right? I'm keeping it simple. Right, why was I able to take these trades? Because we realized we were in a zone of consolidation. Once we saw that we rejected highs, boom, we started looking for price to go back down. Once we went back down to lows and we rejected these lows, alright, perfect. We started taking the trades going back to the top side. Right, so now that we have a break of structure above the highs, right, we already know, okay, cool, we can continue to push up to the top side. Right, so it's just really these pairs that I don't even want to go over that because I don't want to make this complicated. Right, I don't want to confuse you guys, but a lot of these pairs that are just in peak highs or peak lows. Give me a second. I'm getting a phone call. Give me 1 second. Yo. Um, just following market structure. That's really all it is, right? I don't want to overcomplicate it. Sorry, that's what I was gonna say. Um, I don't want to overcomplicate it, give too much information, and especially for the beginner traders, right? But like, whenever a pair is in peak high or peak low, usually you'll see me say I'm not even gonna trade it. I'm not even gonna mark it because it is what it is. I don't trade whenever price is in peak high territory or peak low territory, right? Very similar to a zone of consolidation, right? If we're in a zone of consolidation and we're in an overall downtrend, I'm not really looking to take any trades. Very similar to what AU is at right now, right? AU is at the bottom of the zone of consolidation in the downtrend. Why would I look for an entry at the bottom of the zone of consolidation before price gives me a break of structure to continue to go down? Right, when we know that price could reject the lows and go right back to the top side, right? It's very similar in peak high, right? So whenever I'm trading pairs like gold, which again I haven't been trading gold in a little bit, very similar to US30, very similar to GJ, right now very similar to Bitcoin as well. I just want to make sure that the entry has multiple confirmations before I get into the trade, right? It's a lot easier to trade something that's trending, that's exactly where it needs to be, rather than us having to really guess what price is gonna do, right? So right now for gold, again, we have 3 days of rise. We have really nothing here for me. Not really gonna do anything too crazy. I'm just gonna wait it out, right? Again, we're reaching back to the highest point in the market. Does price want to just fly through this and continue to push to the top side? Again, it could 100%. We know we still have these gaps at the bottom of the market. We know eventually price will come back down and fill those gaps up, but we just got to be patient. And that goes to the question that Mike had today in the one-on-one, like how do you know price is going to turn around, right? It's very similar to, in the overall market makers pattern, it's very similar, right? Usually you wouldn't really see us trading the first push in the market makers pattern. You'll wait for the first zone of consolidation to be set, and then we'll start trading the second push, right? We'll trade the second push, we'll trade the second zone of consolidation, we'll trade the third push, right? It's very rare that we'll trade the first push. And again, this is the reason why, right? Because in the daily time frame, you'll think, oh, price gave you a lower low, it's going to turn around. In the 4-hour time frame, it gives you a zone of consolidation, so you'll think that price is turning around, right? That's not the case, right? You know that price is turning around again in peak high territory. If you have a double top, if you have a shoulder head shoulder pattern, if you have the change of character, if you have the break of structure after the change of character, a lot of those things you just have to wait for in order for you to have that 100% confirmation that price has turned around from an overall uptrend to then the downtrend, and vice versa from the downtrend to the uptrend. You just have to wait for those confirmations. Have you checked BTC? Nope, that's up next on the list. So yeah, when it comes to Bitcoin, or when it comes to gold right now, just taking a step back, just waiting for more clear structure to be present and then start taking trades. Bitcoin, we're just still sitting in the same spot we've been sitting in for the last month and a half, right? We've been in this little zone of consolidation. I'm late. It's all good. It's all good, Elijah. And boss, please, I would need XRP analysis. I don't really have an XRP analysis, but I'll do my best. I got you. Buy XRP right now. We're gonna be rich. We're gonna be rich. Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, we're in level 3, right? We know we have push number 1, first zone, push number 2, second zone, push number 3, and right now we've just been going into the lower time frame, right? In the 4-hour, we can see that we've just been stuck in this little zone for the last couple weeks, where prices again rejected lows, went highs, rejected lows, right? Went back up to the middle side, rejected lows again, back to the highs. And at these highs again, we don't have a break of structure just yet, just testing candles where price has kind of rejected these highs, and we've been sitting at these highs for the last couple days, right? We have a week of rise. This week price has just kind of been moving sideways. We don't really have a push to the top side. We'd love to get a second push to the top, but right now we're just in that little no net where price pushed down, pushed up, pushed down, pushed up, price just moving sideways, right? And we can see that on the 30-minute time frame. right? With all the crazy news that we have going on, especially with crypto, especially with the new president that we have, right? There's just a whole bunch of, just a lot of noise, right? It's just a whole bunch of news, a whole bunch of this and that, and we're gonna do this and that. It's all bullshit at the end of the day, right? We'll start taking trades again whenever market structure is present. We don't give a fuck about what's going on anywhere else, right? If market structure isn't present, if there's no clean entries, then there's no entries. It is what it is, right? So Bitcoin is just there. I'm not really gonna be looking to trade Bitcoin. Once again, gonna be waiting for the confirmations. Once we get those breaks, then I'll start taking trades again. If we have continuations, again, second week of rise, we'll take the third week. If we have 2 days of rise, I'll take the third day, right? So just really about being patient and waiting for those confirmations. US oil, Albert, I got you with the, it's all the same way too. I don't know if I said that, but it really is the same. Oil, for example, right? From the bottom to the top, right? You had push number 1, first zone of consolidation. Push number 2, second zone of consolidation. Push number 3. In push number 3 in peak high, you're looking for a double top. You're looking for a shoulder head shoulder. We ended up getting a double top, right? Push number 1, back down to the bottom. First zone of consolidation. Then we'll be looking for push number 2, right? Push number 2, and then we'll be looking for the second zone of consolidation. And then we'll be looking for push number 3, right? Oop, push number 3 to go back to the peak low territory. So it's really all the same thing, Albert. It's looked at the same way. The first zone of consolidation in the downtrend is below the 800. The second zone is above it, right? You have 3 pushes and 2 zones of consolidation. In a downtrend, same thing. The first zone of consolidation is above or on the 800 EMA. In this case, it was on the 800 EMA. So we know that what are we looking for? We're looking for a break of structure below the zone of consolidation to then continue the second push back down to the bottom. It's all traded the same way. Every single pair is traded the same way. It doesn't matter if it's a commodity, an index, a Forex currency pair. It doesn't matter if it's energies, whatever the case is. It's all traded, and we all look at it the same way, right? If you're looking at a common stock, right, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, it's all looked at the same exact way, right? Candlesticks might look a little different depending on what market you go on, but when it comes to the actual movement and market structure, higher highs and higher lows and pushes, it's all traded the exact same way, right? So in this case with US oil, we're in A1. We're in the first zone of consolidation where price has been rejecting lows and rejecting highs this entire time. Price went down, rejected lows, and started to push back to the top side, and we can see that price was making higher highs and higher lows. In the 4-hour time frame, we have 3 weeks of rise. After 3 weeks of rise, price must give you a no net or go down, and it gave us a no net, right? It moved sideways, right? We can see that here. 3 weeks of rise. On the 4th week, price gave us a no net, and then we started the downtrend push once again, right? And on the 30-minute time frame, making higher highs and higher lows turned into lower low change of character, lower high, break of structure, lower low. But again, what I would have loved to have seen for this break, I would have loved to have seen price break below the 800 EMA, right? And we had 4 days of drop, and today price gave us another day of drop, right? Another push to the bottom side. Now, could we see that price gave us gaps in the market? Let's take a look, right? First day is good, second day is good, third day gave us a gap, reset, right? Fourth day is good, today is good as well, and then the market open for today, price is good. So we don't have any more gaps for right now, right? But again, I would love to see price first break these lows. Once we get this break and a retest, that retest is where I'll start looking to get into a trade again with US oil. So I hope that made sense, Albert. And then XRP, I mean, I guess I got you with XRP. Let's see if we can see anything. I don't really have this chart completely marked up because again, it's really, when it comes to these type of cryptos, like first and foremost, we don't really have anything left on the left hand side, right? At one point from 2018, we have this peak high at 313, right? At 3.3, let's see again, 3.33, right? And we've already reached that, right? So let's go down to a lower time frame. Let's see if we see anything else, right? 4-hour time frame. What do we have? Dude, I hate that fucking update that TradingView did it completely messed up my charts too when it comes to the 4 hour. Right? We know that we're trading higher high, higher low, right, and higher high. And right now, price after this higher high was set, we're just kind of moving sideways here, right? So this is one of those cases where we just gotta wait to see what price wants to do, right? We're pretty much trading between this high and this low. When we're just looking at market structure, where price has been rejecting lows and where price has been rejecting highs. If price breaks below these lows, then we know we're going to continue back down to the bottom, right? Give a little pullback, right? If price breaks above these highs, then we know we could continue to push to the top side, right? Same thing as here. If price rejects the lows and gives us something like this, then we know we could take this trade back to the top of the zone of consolidation. Same thing. We know that price rejects these highs. We know we could take it back down to the bottom, right? And you can see that a lot clearer on the 30-minute time frame. Right, on the 30-minute time frame, we can see that okay, price is making higher highs and higher lows, rejected the highs and started turning around. Lower low, lower high, boom, lower low. Right? So we got a little change of character, break of structure, gave us a retest, right? And then gave us that push back down to the bottom. And then we started turning around, right? Once we rejected these lows, same thing. Price went back up to the top side. And we've just now been in this little zone of consolidation for the last day and a half. Right? Pretty much since Tuesday morning. Right? So they don't really have like a deep analysis. Really, this is more about waiting for zones to break, right? To see the breakout and then continue to push out to the top side. When it comes to crypto too, I'm not really that well versed when it comes to cryptos. You know, there's a whole bunch of shit that goes down with cryptos. There's the news, you know, now we have presidents and people in power who somehow manipulate the markets, and it's legal for them to do it. But if we were to manipulate the markets, we'd be in prison 2 weeks ago. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, you know, that goes down with crypto, and not even only crypto, but a lot of regular, you know, stocks. A lot of it that goes down that I'm not well versed in. Again, I more just follow market structure. You know, Bitcoin, for example, I haven't really taken a lot of Bitcoin trades as of recently. Like, you know, we could go back real quick. You know, last Bitcoin trade that I took was missed a few of them, right? Like I missed this entry here, which was in the beginning of December, which is a beautiful, you know, rejection of the highs. Lower time frame gave us a lower low, lower high, retest of the engulfing candle to then just continue. I missed this trade. Last trade that I took on Bitcoin was this one, which was the beginning of December. Right? And again, it's just really about following market structure and following the same rules that I trade when I'm trading regular forex pairs. Right? Engulfing candles, market structure, is price trending, is it moving sideways? You know, at this point we're moving sideways. We got a break. On the break we got an engulfing candle, break and retest to then just continue to push down to the bottom. Looking at STP, looking at the ADR, looking at market structure, you know, where price could go down to. So it's really just that. It's really just following the flow of the market, right? So that's really all it goes down to, Elijah. But any questions, guys, let me know. Anything else you guys want me to go over? Again, the only pair that I really have on my list that could be nice for entries would be GU. But again, the only thing I don't like about GU is the fact that this pullback that we had for today's 372 was very steep, so I'm not really expecting price to continue to push up to the top side. But all the other pairs, we have a change of character, we just don't have a break. The only pair that gave us a break was GU. So that's pretty much it. Any questions, guys? Any other pairs? Anything you guys want me to go over? Okay, sir. Thank you. No problem, Elijah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Anything else you guys want me to go over? Anything you guys want me to explain? Anything at all before I get off, let me know. If not, we'll be back tomorrow morning, 6:30, 7 a.m. Eastern Time for the live trading session. Anything at all? Any questions? If not, we'll be done. Again, make sure you guys join the Discord. The link for that is in the description. gonna give you guys 15 seconds. Any questions? 10 seconds left. You guys are good? Alright. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace out.